Islamism. I hope everybody is having a great holy day. Today we'll be going over the confidential print, Affairs of Morocco, and this is in regards to the relations between the Moors and the Europeans. Brother J. Blakely Bey said that the Holy Prophet said, if the European be just, they would have an Asiatic vice president, and if they had an Asiatic president, they would have a European vice president. The municipality was to consist of a Moorish president with extensive powers, an administrative committee also endowed with important rights and duties on which there was to be a majority of Moorish members, and a municipal council composed of 12 elected Europeans and 12 Moorish members nominated by the president, who would be its chairman and have a casting vote. These arrangements clearly concentrated all power in the hands of the Moors, who would have been in position to override all European opposition. Article 15 has given rise to a great deal of discussion. The proportion of Moors and Europeans is the same in both, and I think we shall have great difficulty in indulging to agree to 2 European vice presidents as against 1 Moorish. The Spanish minister proposal is of course prompted by the fear that the European vice president might be a Frenchman and not a Spaniard. He argues that the fact of there being 2 European vice presidents, which of course will mean 1 Frenchman and 1 Spanish, will prevent friction and jealousy. But I am inclined to think that the result would be exactly the opposite, and I think that the system of equality is better maintained by there being 2 vice presidents, 1 Moorish and 1 European. If we start increasing the number of European vice presidents to prevent jealousy amongst the various European colonies, there seems to be no reason why we should not have 11. The number of nationalities represented at Tangier. Now, we already have the demonstration of the United States President McKinley demand from the Moorish government the recognition of a right which does not exist. And that is because there was only 4 European nations to which privileges were granted for geographical and historical reasons. Son, 1897. United States appear before Tangier and demand from the Moorish government the recognition of a right which does not exist. McKinley pretends that the United States minister is entitled to enjoy the same privileges as the representatives of the 4 European nations to which such privileges were granted for geographical and historical reasons, which the American disturbers of international right wish to share. Not without reason did the German emperor recently say that the eagerness of the United States to influence in everything is one of the greatest dangers in the way of universal peace. Monroe worked America for the Americans. They talking about the Monroe Doctrine. You all get this information out, man. Quit stepping over it. Islam. The text that was in the confidential Morocco affairs is the same thing Prophet Noble Drew Ali was speaking about in regards to vice presidents and all of that. So he was privy to this information. And I don't think it was by seeing these documents. You know, this proves that he was directly connected with the Moorish government, the operations trying to deal with the Europeans, and he even gave the remedy. They was trying to discuss how it's going to be. Noble Drew Ali gave the remedy. He stated, if the European be just, they would have an Asiatic vice president. And if they had an Asiatic president, they would have a European vice president. So he was given the remedy. He was directly connected with the operation of the Moorish government and these 4 European nations. And then Noble Drew Ali speaks about Europeans went to try to get some land. I don't know if that connects with this, but it's definitely all correlates. Enjoy your Holy Friday, Moors. I'm about to get me something to eat. Having a good day. Divine honors to Prophet Noble Drew Ali and the Moorish Divine and National Movement of the world. Turning these keys indeed.